the night is we are staying in the south, but this time we're going just a little bit further up north, and we're hitting up the Richmond Ivy and their 2025 midnight hits. So, what's your initial thoughts on this one, Fox?
So if you initially look at this, you're like, okay, it's clearly an Ivy kit. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they've been doing. I like this one so much more than the one that they did, the other one that we ranked already this year. The Ivy looks less graphic-y,
Mm,
even though it still looks graphic-y. I don't think it's as good
right,
as last year's,
right.
but it doesn't look as bad. But the one thing that I love about this kit, and it's so hard to see on here, but inside the black area on
Mm-hmm.
her right, our left, um,
Oh, I think you can see it a little bit.
yeah, this one you'll probably see it a little bit better. They have like the outlines of the ivy leaves throughout, and it's on the back as well.
Yeah.
And like that detailing kind of just put me over the top where I'm like, that's a sick kit. I love the collar on it. I like that they went with the light green on the collar and the cuffs. Um, and this is definitely one of my favorites. I'm definitely gonna have to get a Ivy kit at some point because they just keep coming out with banger after banger.
They really do. And my initial thoughts here, and I'm going to say this here really quickly here. One of my bigger complaints about this kit has nothing to do with what's there. It's actually about what's not. And for me, the biggest thing is that it doesn't have orange.
Mm,
And last year's kits have that, and they are honestly my absolute favorites. Were last year's kits because they donned just a little bit of orange, even if it was just like a little bit of cuffs or the collar. It was just a little bit, and just to share with you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this kit right here. How it just adds a little bit of orange, which is, I think, a great touch and something that they're missing from this year. And then if we go back here real quick, even last year's green kit had the trim of that orange. It doesn't have to be a lot because they also removed it from their crest. If you noticed here,
mhm.
it's all green and it's all green. The orange really helped make it pop, and I think that's missing from this kit. But that's just me being picky, as I usually am here. Um, and I really do like this solid color combination. As I told Fox, I keep zooming in. As I keep telling Fox, one of my favorite color schemes is a black with like a decent color.
Yeah,
And in this case, it's
a nice
that
pop.
black. Yeah, the black with the green. And this is why one of my favorite Lexington kits
Yeah, so
was, I
that's
think,
it.
last year or 2 years ago when they had that black kit with the green. And it was more of a subtle green. It wasn't what they released this year. But it was like a few years back. No, it was like 2 years back. They had the black, and then they had like the checkered black, green. I know
Yeah.
it's really good.
They had a plain jersey with the center design.
They did, but it's what Lexington's done though
That's
up
it.
until
That
this
was the
year.
classic Lexington kit until they went with Hummel.
Until this year. So I think that was easily my favorite of it because of that color combination. And this is another example of why I like that combination. So I'm going to jump right into it when it comes to scores. I did give this a solid 4 when it comes to design aesthetics. As I said, I want the orange to be there. And I think you can even see in the background of our kit season banner right
Yeah,
back
it's
there.
like right between us and this picture is
Yeah,
last year's
that,
away.
that, that strip of orange. And also last year's Ivy was better. But the design aesthetics was solid 4. I really did like it. This does look really good. The black and green looks great. Authenticity and tradition. This is 100% an Ivy kit. You see
Hmm.
Ivy, you know it's them. There's Ivy in every kit. It doesn't matter what it is. Somehow they keep finding new ways to put it in there. and as Fox pointed out in that great detail, the outlined ivy in the black, which
Yeah.
is a phenomenal touch.
Interesting take though. I just wonder what this kit would look like without the green ivy pieces on her left or right, and just did the the detailing of the green ivy like outlines.
I think that would look too plain.
It'd be. I feel like some of our people on our discords would be like, I don't see anything
Yeah,
because
and I think that's a
somebody
problem.
just came out with that, like the waves kit.
Oh,
I
yeah,
forgot who came out with the
yeah.
wave kits just now, but they had that issue. Is like you can't see it, and then like you look at it a certain way, like oh, there's the waves. I
It
see
was
it.
I think it was Monterey. It might have been Monterey.
Sounds like
So,
that.
but yeah, this is authentically them. I did as a solid 4 though for visual details and execution. As Fox pointed out, that detail and the excess there was really great. But my biggest thing is in the lack of details on the Ivy. It's better than their home kit, but these feel less cartoonish, but that still bothers me more than it should. And I take that down to visual details. So, and overall execution. However, and then when it comes down to innovation and impact, however, we've seen this from them, the Ivy being used. And it's basically just like a one half kit, essentially what this is. It's basically a half black, half green, but it's with the Ivy. It's nothing new. It will do well. So it got a solid 3 from there for me, and overall 4.0 for me. So
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with everything you said, but like happier. Like design and aesthetics, like I mean, sure, it might have liked it better a little bit if they had the orange, but they took the orange out of the badge as well, so like it's not really missing the orange.
but it's kind of that idea of like I know the orange exists, and now that they've removed it, I don't know how I feel, and it kind of hurts.
Yes, it hurts your feelings.
It hurts my aesthetic feelings. Yes.
So so it's a 5 for me because aesthetically, like this is a great looking kit. Like you see this on a shelf, you're gonna grab it. Like, oh, look at this.
Mhm.
Uh, authenticity and tradition, obviously a 5. Visual details and execution, I think they hit this on the head. Like just banged it out of the park. I love the detailing of um, the black section where you can't really see the ivy as well.
Mhm.
Absolutely love what they did with that. I will agree with you that I like the ivy from last year better, but that doesn't mean that this still isn't an amazing ivy this year.
Mhm.
Uh, but with innovation and impact, I had to give it a 4 because we've seen it before. And that's going to be almost the downfall of the Ivy at this point
Yeah.
when they come out with their kits for next season, year 3, and it's going to have more Ivy on it, unless they do something completely new and innovative with it.
Right.
But it's it's probably going to be a 4 for them now on at the best for impact and innovation because it's it can only be so innovative if you do it every single year.
Right.
But otherwise than that, like this, besides that, this is a perfect kit to me as well. Like I don't know if I'm just in a really happy mood, but like today, all of them are just like knocking it out of the park. Even the Carolina Scent one was still like a cool, interesting kit. Just wasn't something I like,
Yeah.
but like it's definitely a talking point.
Yeah.
So hey, we have a
Uh,
Carolina Scent kit on the other side of this picture.
Yeah, we do. That's the original Trailblazer, which looks better, by the way. Um, so with Bots' 4.75 and my 4.0 did the math, and we did a solid 4.38 for the Midnight Kit. Now we head right into our kit value, and with this being at the lovely Hummel price of $99. By the way, tonight's all Hummel. That was 100% on accident, by the way.
Oh yeah, it is a
Um,
Hummel.
yeah, 100% an accident.
Brought to you by our
Um,
friends. No.
I know, right? Shout out to Hummel. Anyways, $99 for this kit, and with the store that we did give it, it's a still a reputable 44.19 kit value. It's pretty solid. Um, I would recommend going for some of their kits from last year because they're still on sale and they're only $80. So relative bargain.
That doesn't feel like a sale to me. You know what I mean?
It's like $10 off the original price.
Yeah. Same thing happened with Louisville. Like I still don't necessarily want to buy last year's because it doesn't feel cheap enough.
Right. But then So So this is the Richmond IB Midnight Kit for 2025. Looks good. I'm excited to see what they do next year.